I don't claim the Panthers.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
All right, we're here in the Giants clubhouse with Landen Roupp, Giants reliever and starter. At reliever could be both, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you'd rather start than relieve. How's your spring going so far?
Good. Just working on some new things, working on a cutter and making my changeup a little bit better than it was last year. So it's going well so far.
Dude, your curveball is ridiculous. It's. I'm sure you get asked about it a lot. Can you show me a grip on how you grip that thing and because I mean you get unbelievable spin on it.
It's just kind of normal, honestly.
Yeah.
I just turn it over and I just rip it. I just throw it.
And what are you thinking about when you throw that pitch? What are you thinking about? Are you trying to finish that? Are you trying to finish low?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my wrist out over it and spin it.
And does it feel good coming out of your hand? Do you know coming out of your hand if you know?
Yeah, I know when it's going to be a good one. I
Yeah.
can just feel it. It just pops out perfect, and it just, for me, it's about like feeling it. Like I'm just so comfortable with the grip and so comfortable with like my motion down the mound with it. Like I can tell when it's not good.
Where'd it come from? I mean, who was it? A high school coach that had a killer curveball? Or?
No, I've always just thrown it. Even in high school, I threw. Obviously, it's gotten better now, and
Yeah.
we can, back then you couldn't see any analytics on it. So now we see the analytics on it and see how much it spins and stuff like that. But it's really just always been there. I've just been able to locate it better throughout my career.
Do you use it more as an out pitch than maybe other guys would? Maybe other guys spot their curveball. Do you use it to try to finish guys?
I would say both. I use it at the beginning of the counts. I've gone 3-0 on a count and thrown 3 straight curveballs and struck somebody out. So
Yeah.
really, it's just a pitch where I can throw it any count, any time of the at bat.
It's a plus pitch for sure. It's almost the kind of pitch where the hitter could know it's coming and, good luck. Whose curveball have you looked at around the big leagues at other guys' curveballs is there anybody out there that throws a similar kind of a yacker to yours?
I have not, but I do remember watching Tristan McKenzie a lot, and he had a really good curveball. Yeah, he had a really good curveball. Yeah, but I wouldn't say because mine's kind of like both. I mean, it has depth and it has sweep to it, so it's a little different. But
It's like multiple pitches for you?
yeah, kind of, sort of. It's got vertical and horizontal on it, so I don't really know. But I do remember watching Tristan McKenzie's curveball when I was in the minor leagues, and it was pretty gross.
It's so funny you brought him up because he's one of my favorite pitchers in all baseball. He's, what does he weigh, 180, 185? He's
Maybe
skin
soaking
deep.
wet.
Yeah, but he is dirty. I mean, his stuff is really
He's
good.
gross.
Is there anybody that you felt like hitter-wise, you don't have to name them necessarily, but that just was sitting on the curveball, and that you almost feel like maybe Bailey says, "Hey, look, let's work a different game plan here."
Yeah, honestly, I won't name anyone, but I think the first part of my big league season last year, a lot of people were because I was fastball curveball the entire time. So I think adding the changeup and adding the cutter this year is going to really help me with people laying off. I got through on Thursday and I only threw one curveball to a lefty.
Really?
So it was nice not having to rely on that pitch completely. But no, I think at the beginning of that season, like almost everybody was just waiting on the curveball and sitting on it. So just getting them off of that, I think, will be the best thing for me.
Does the curveball react differently down here in the thin air, or is it the same here as it would be in San Francisco?
I think it's a little different, but not much different.
Yeah.
I don't think it spins as much here as it does in San Francisco, but it's also spring training, so just trying to locate everything and not really worry about all that.
How are you feeling you feel a lot more comfortable and now you've had your feet wet and you've had the ups and downs? How does this spring feel different than a year ago?
Yeah, a lot different. In the sense of trying to make the team, no different, but just as being like comfortable. Like last year, I didn't know what to expect. It was my first big league spring training, and I was told that I wasn't even gonna throw in games in big league spring training last year. So, I just I guess having the chains off and being able to just go and do it makes it a whole lot more comfortable and more, I guess, give me more confidence going forward.
Bailey, talk about Bailey for a second because he's a really good defensive player. When you come in, you got guys standing there on third base. Can you just throw that thing in the dirt knowing that that he's going to block it and that everything's going to be all right? Because that's a big part of your game. And if you don't have that, do you have to, or will he come out there and communicate to you, hey man, put it in the dirt, I'll block it? I mean, what's that dialogue like when you come into a game?
There's no worry at all. It's straight confidence in Patty. Obviously, he's one of the best defenders in the game. Probably, maybe, to me, he's the best defender in the game. So there's no thought of that in my head. It's all confidence in him being able to stop it, and even throwing somebody out at any time of the game. So.
What is Verlander in this room? Have you had a chance to pick his brain at all? I mean, it seems like baseball, you guys never stop learning. If you do, you probably should retire, right?
Yeah.
A guy like that comes in, he's got a wealth of information. Mm-hmm. But you're a young guy. Do you go up to him, or you wait for him to come up to you? I mean, how does that work?
A little bit of both. We've definitely talked, but it's more for me just watching him do what he does, what he's done for 20 years. So I'm more of a visual learner. Obviously, I want to get in his head and figure out things that he does that nobody else did, or what got him to this point. But really just watching him, what he does, watching his pregame, his bullpens, like what he does before the game, what he does after the game, stuff like that. It's awesome having a future Hall of Famer in the clubhouse that you can just talk to whenever.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be incredible. It looks like another coach, right? I mean, it's like another guy who just knows it all.
Yep.
I heard the Braves pitchers say when they got Maddox, I mean, this is John Smoltz and Tom Glavine, that just another set of eyes meant all the difference in the world to them. You mentioned the change. So would you like to start? And is a change, maybe you're perfecting that pitch? Is that the key to you becoming a starter? I mean, what's your mindset on it?
I do think so. I think that and the cutter will help me out tremendously. I think as long as I have those two pitches to go along with my two-seam and curveball, that I have the ability to start. So, and that's what I want to do. And I think they know that, but I've also said that wherever the team needs me, I'm fine with, and I could still use all those pitches in the bullpen. So, but I feel a lot more comfortable being a starter. So that's what my goal right now is, being a starter. But I do think the changeup and the new cutter that I'm working on right now will get me to that point at some point.
Last one for you, but we had Farhan on the radio a couple years ago, and he was talking about Wisenhunt's change, and he's like, man, the fastball changeup, same arm slot, and he called it a Bugs Bunny changeup. Have you seen Wisenhunt's change?
Oh yeah.
And what do you think of that? His two-pitch mix there.
It's really good. I think it's almost more like a yo-yo, where you pull it back because that's
on
how
a string.
He
Yeah.
throws it. Yeah. It's a really good pitch, especially off his fastball. I mean, he got AA when I was in AA, and then we were in AAA a little bit last year together, and it's just people swing way out in front of it. It's crazy. It's a really good pitch, and I think it'll really help him in the big leagues.
Last one, Giants fans, if you had one thing you'd want Giants fans to know about you, your story, either your pursuit of your dream, anything, what would be one thing you'd love to say to the fans?
About me?
About you, or about this season, about your approach?
It's going to be a really good season. I'm feeling really good about it. Can't wait to get out there and make the fans happy.
Yeah. Landen, Roupp, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.